Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and very good morning. Before we continue, I would like to introduce our panel for today. So the first panel is Miss Sarania, anak perempuan Isudas. Second panel is Miss Said Yuan Yuan. The third panel is Siti Aisyah binti Muhammad Jemat, and the last panel is Miss Siti Syaira binti Sipani. So how are you guys today? Okay, I hope you are doing fine. So our topic today is Islamic Bank faces many difficulties in complying with global conventional standard. So Miss Sarah, do you have anything regarding this topic?
Idea about this. Okay. Before I start with my ideas, I would like to give some brief introduction about our today's Islamic banking group. Okay. Islamic banking activities has been grown tremendously nowadays, which meet the higher demand of transaction that is caused the global burden. However, it becomes difficult for Islamic bank to comply with the global convention standard due to some factors. Okay. First of all, I will moving to my first point, which is Islamic bank have the difficulties to comply with the global convention standard because of the prohibition of interest rate in banking transaction. Islamic bank impose the interest on all type of loans constitutes riba regardless of whether the loan is for consumption or production, or whether the amount involved is big or small. Okay. Basically, riba is an Arabic word which means increase or growth, to rise and to become lofty. Actually, basically, riba is an addition to the amount of principal loan on the basis time for which it is loaned or time which the payment is deferred. Okay. And then actually the interest is prohibited in Islamic due to three main reasons, which is immoral, hinders growth of society, and then create classes and friction in society, which means interest is actually immoral activities. So that's why in Islamic bank impose it. So therefore the interest is replaced with the profit sharing based in Islamic banking transaction. So from this is enables to reduce the capital providers and expertise. As a result, lender and borrower must agree to share the risk together, which means if there is any risk involved in Islamic banking transaction, therefore the lender and the borrower must share the risk together. So both parties must be engaged in genuine transaction, which means the transaction must be genuine without any fraud or mistakes. So Islam not restricted to profit as long as it is complied with the Sharia principle, which means if Islamic bank is allowed the profit, but according to the trade, buying and selling, and then the profit is allowed, but as it must be complied with the Sharia principle. And then moving to my second point, which means, and before I go to my second point, I would like to conclude for my first point. So there is a difficulties for Islamic bank to comply with global conventional standard because the global conventional standard, which means in the world, they are conventional banking and Islamic banking. If Islamic bank wants to follow the global conventional standard, it will become difficult because conventional banking use the interest rate based system. So therefore, it is difficult for Islamic bank to follow the global conventional standard. So now I will move to my second point, which is Islamic bank having the difficulty to follow the global conventional standard because of the capital structure. Islamic bank is an interest-free based banking system. Therefore, the conventional banking system is interest-based system. Islamic Bank has been encouraged fully to trade based on profit or loss sharing, according to the Sharia principle, which known as PLS principle. This PLS principle will help Islamic Bank to share their profit or loss together with their borrower and lenders. The predetermined returns are not guaranteed by the depositors, which means depositor will not determine the return. Okay, they may receive a share in the profit and vice versa. The principle of Sharia is essential to the capital structure overall. Sharia researcher and specialists, they come up with and investigate about the difference practice of Islamic banking financing strategy intently to give suitable motivating force system to energize the usage of PLS instrument. Basically, people won't know PLS system, PLS principle. So the researchers and the specialists come out with the investigation about this PLS instrument about more detail. So which means after this investigation, they will tell people more about this PLS instrument, so that people outsiders will know more about this PLS instrument. The conventional banking system is tend to the investment in any kind of activity without any restriction, which means conventional banking will use the money from investment, which means the investment is not restricted. It's not restricted unlike Islamic one, because the conventional banking they can use the money from gambling, from any kind of activity, just from activity from tobacco manufacturing or any prostitution. So that is not restricted in conventional standard. So therefore, if Islamic banking they want to follow the global conventional standard, will have the difficulty, because if they use the conventional standard, that will become a difficulty because global conventional use the interest-based, no interest. Their investment activities is not immoral. So I will conclude with my point. Thank you.
Okay, I see your point, Ms. Sarah. So as we all know, Islamic banking operation system is strictly prohibited interest-based, unlike the conventional banking system. So, Ms. Yuen, do you have anything to add?
For this topic, I know that macroeconomic policy is considered can impact Islamic bank to comply the global conventional standard because it can influence the whole condition of a country, especially in terms of inflation, economic condition, and interest rate. This policy is consists of monetary policy and liquidity management, macro-prudential policy, and tax policy. In monetary policy and liquidity management, many countries is not offer interim market for Sharia compliant instrument because it is difficult to design and development a market which is prohibited to the interest. So with this policy, the Islamic bank need to understand the meaning of Islamic financial for monetary delivery merchandise, because it can be effect to the Islamic bank in the progress of this both system, especially in the condition and the instrument of conventional system. And it also can directly improve the liquidity risk, which means that it will lose more collateral that is available. In macro-prudential policy, it is considered can preventing the systemic formation of risk in Islamic bank system, because there has many different sectors that have been included in Islamic bank for improve their financial stability, and it also can generate risk to however this is can generate the risk for the country and agents. Because of the different interpretation between the conventional system and Islamic system, it is hard for this policy to identify the systemic of risk, because there has a limited data available, no standard exposure practice. With this difference, Islamic Bank has been influenced the measurements and comparison of capital buffet. So this formation of risk is become hard for Islamic banking to follow the standard. In terms of tax policy, the conventional tax policy and Islamic tax policy is has a different opinion on debt and equity, because the conventional is recognized interest payment as the reduction from expenses, and it also acts as the income tax purpose. So this is become disadvantageous for the Islamic system, because it has been prohibited to the interest payment with according to the Sharia principle. So, for example, when the Islamic bank has earned more transaction costs than conventional banks, so it becomes disadvantageous Islamic bank in terms of transaction costs. Risk management also is the first thing that has to be considered when they want to comply with the global conventional standard, even though there has a similar of exposed risk that has been experienced by Islamic bank. Islamic bank also may expose to risk of not complying with Sharia principle, because there has a different opinion in Sharia complying with a center financial agreements. It also can expose to the judicial risk in the center corporation, which means that there has uncertainty in relation with the development of different financial instruments. So this is why the Islamic banking need to concern this risk management, because it can be identified the unique risk which may be exposed when run the bank activity.
Thank you, Ms. Yuan, for your wonderful idea. So, in general, Ms. Yuan stated that macroeconomic policies is also can affect the Islamic bank to comply with the global conventional system. So, Ms. Aisha, do you have any suggestion regarding the topic?
So for suggestion, I suggest that Islamic bank can be innovative and develop new product that attractive and interesting enough to attract customer and remain competitive. But at the same time, comply with the Sharia principle and global conventional standard. And then next, global conventional standard can specifically include the regulation regarding the product structure, so that Islamic bank may develop new product that meet all requirements from global conventional standard and at the same time comply with Sharia principle. Okay, that's all.
Thank you, Ms. Aisha, for the suggestion and opinion. So, lastly, our last panel, Ms. Shaira, do you have anything to add regarding this topic?
Okay, I would like to conclude all the statement that all the panel have given. Okay, the appearance of Islamic banking and finance of global financial world is rapid growth and it is important development in this modern era. So, beside of that, Islamic banking and finance is not only growth in the Muslim world, but it also growth in the in all over all over the world. Since that, the Islamic banking needs to show that they can be competitiveness and as an intermediaries in banking industry. However, even though the Islamic banking needs to face the difficulties to follow the rules, like they need to follow the free interest rate, like and like riba. So they should need to take the aggressive to make sure the commercial activities that offered by the Islamic banking can be more comparable with the conventional banking. That's all.
Thank you, Miss Shaira. So we have here all our panel's opinion and discussion. So let's end our forum today. Thank you for all the panel and your wonderful participation in this forum. Thank you.